there would be women walking around. I'm talking about women walking around with their boobies dangling, swinging in the breeze. And it's not even like perky boobies, just boobies drooping to their knees. They're kicking their boobies down the street and then want to walk up and have a conversation with you. And I'm like, don't walk up to me with no clothes on and talk to me. I don't want to talk to you.
A 3,
a 2, a 1.
a 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Read This, Read That. I am, my head's so small.
Yeah.
Jackie Reed.
I'm Joy Ann Reed.
Like,
near, far. Remember in Substitute, they said near,
far,
near,
far,
near.
That show was such a joy.
Oh my God, I loved it so much.
It is such a joy. I'm glad it's continuing for free on Netflix. Thank you,
Yes.
Netflix, for stepping up
Netflix.
and saving Sesame Street.
Yes, from the MAGA horde of haters
who don't want children to
have diverse Muppets,
passion and
tolerance.
Muppets
can be both purple and green and blue. Muppets
love
should
different
all be
people. Yep. Oh gosh.
The Muppets should all be uniform. All white.
I can't with them. Hey girl, hey, how you doing?
Fair and middling, partly cloudy. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing all right. It's Tuesday, but I swear it feels like Thursday at least.
It does. Every day is Wednesday for me.
Oh my God.
I feel like every day is just Wednesday. They're all the same.
And I've got something popping up on my computer because I'm so bad at tech stuff, at keeping up with things. The next time I get into a relationship, he's got to be way tech savvy so that he can help me out with this stuff. My sister ordinarily would.
Yeah.
Begrudgingly, because I'm constantly like, my sister right now is in Nice, France.
Wonderful.
I swear to you, I called her yesterday because I couldn't figure out something on my computer. Like, I am that little sister. I will always, I feel like I joke with my sister all the time. I'm like, you signed a contract when I was born. Saying that you will always be there for me. My car battery died yesterday, and I called my sister first in Nice. She didn't answer.
Right.
I'm going to throw it up to the time difference, but I was able to figure it out on my own.
Which you could have done without calling her.
I know, but look, she's always my first call. So the next relationship, you got to be tech savvy. I need to update probably everything on this laptop.
Probably.
So things are popping up. It's, Jesus.
Yeah. And also technology sucks.
It
just
does.
Sucks.
Why is it so hard?
You
have children. You have adult children at least.
And I call them. They're my first call. I call my
This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I should have had kids. This is why I should have had kids to help out.
I already told you, take one of mine.
I will. I'm going to take one.
Take one.
Take one. Of them. Or maybe I could do a rotation.
We could rotate them to you. We'll rotate them back and forth to Auntie Jackie. You go around. Mm-hmm.
How long before they protest? A week, 2 weeks, a month? How long will they be like, girl, I'm not doing this stuff, Auntie?
It depends. Because I think 2 out of the 3 will not be eating that vegan food. They're gonna be looking for a cheeseburger in like 30 minutes.
Oh, girl,
one of them she might hang for like Winston might hang. I'm sorry, the daughter might hang for like a week before she's like craving, the meats.
She's got that energy in her where she's like, okay, I'm going to try and be nice.
She'll try it. And she also is always doing like different dietary. So she'll try. But them boys, girl, they're going to be hunting around looking for a cow to kill in your neighborhood.
Girl, they ain't got to look no further. But Gail Reed, my mama, who is under this roof, who taunts me with, turkey wings. She'll be making chitlins soon. Frying, steak I'm just like,
listen, the other day, Wanji, our good friend Wanji is here. She made a whole pot full of what looked like the carcasses of sea roaches. You know, it's like the elbow crabs. It's like a lobster and it's got a big elbow and it's just sitting in the pot. The elbow's just sitting there, just all crooked, just sitting there. And then they take him out and she and Jason just gnawing on it. I'm like, this is horrific. It's a crime scene.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
rotating the kids out. That
And
makes
then
sense.
you messed me up sending me that old nasty thing about
The
my little
salmon and the
salmon. I
worms.
mean, look, can I just tell you, this is how horrific. Here's how I've been influenced by Jackie Reed's shenanigans. The other day, we're trying to order food, right? We're trying to figure out what to eat because nobody felt like cooking. And why did I say before I would order a kind of fish I'd never had before, I need to see what the fish looks like alive. Like I need to see what the actual
Oh,
I don't want a fillet of something. I want to see what the baby, when I saw what this grouper looked like as a Google what it looks like alive. You would never eat it. It looks like a monster. I'm like, this is as ugly as a shrimp. Why am I eating that? That's hideous. And then some of them have like a big mad mouth, and some of them look like this, and they look like I'm like, I'm not eating that. That's
yeah.
nasty. See, they fillet it so that they make you think, oh, this is just a benign fillet of something. And then you see the actual thing, and it's like a sea creature from hell. And I'm like,
And it is somebody's child.
I wouldn't even go there. I'm looking at the ugliness of it. She like, but somebody loved that ugly baby.
Somebody
It's
loved
so
that.
ugly.
That's somebody's child or mother or father.
Somebody said that, but that's my baby. I know he got a frowny,
Girl,
ugly mouth and he's got jagged teeth, and I know he's swimming through the ocean just as ugly as he could be. Just as ugly, but
just
that's
name
my
him. Name him
baby.
Nemo. Call him Nemo.
Nemo was cute. This this
I
this fish was
know.
this grouper was like, ugh. I was like, oh God, no. And
All
then looking
fish.
at you like, you want to eat me? And I'm like, no, I don't.
I love how vegans sneak messaging into certain films and hopefully will influence somebody, like Bambi. You know what I mean? Charlotte's Web,
I
Guardians of
know.
the Galaxy. I can't even see.
Oh no, somebody says they're gonna eat lamb, and I think that's mean.
My girlfriend of mine, she called me, and people are always like, "Oh, Jackie, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna eat." Oh, I apologize, but then they eat it anyway. I'm like, "Save your apology."
Right in front of you.
I'm like, "Save the apology."
Let me go ahead
What
and
they
kill
do
this
is not
child in
eat
front
that
of you.
animal. But my girlfriend was gonna eat lamb one night. She was like, "I'm getting ready to take this lamb out of the freezer." I sent her a bunch of pictures of baby,
You
like
mean these
newborn lamb.
lambs?
She was
These
like,
adorable, fuzzy
"Oh,
little creatures that you're going to devour?
these
Look at them.
cute little
Oh, they're ready
babies."
to be eaten. There they are.
Okay. I was
This
there
one's name is Fred. This one's name is Jeannie. This one's
too.
go
Lammy.
on and eat them. I dare you.
Lammy, I dare you. Listen, I was there. I was there, girl, eating them, wearing them, all the things.
All the things.
No
You,
more.
you're
No
like, oh,
more.
Jeannie, good on my leather. Made some leather out of her. Thank you,
Mhm.
Jeannie.
I know, Jane. They drained Jeannie's blood from
For
her
me.
live carcass
For me. For me to
for
bleed fly.
your fringy leather jacket.
So when I tell you that grouper, I only had to see that little son of a bitch once, and I was like, you too ugly to eat. You might
It's
survive
not
just because you're
ugly fish.
hideous.
Wait,
He
let me
was
look at.
ugly.
I don't know what a grouper looks like.
He
Let me
ugly.
see.
Grouper. He had a hideous. He was hideous. Is a whole big old mouth underneath. I was like, what is that? He got a I was like, you ugly.
Oh,
He was a
wow,
hideous. I was like, this is horrendous. I don't want to eat that.
wow. That's
It's
somebody's
horrible.
child. That's
It's
somebody's.
horrifying. I'm like, what is happening?
He's like, call me ugly. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave
he
me.
said,
All
he
right,
said, go.
I'm ugly. Go to another fish. Leave me alone.
He said, yeah, I'm ugly. What you gonna do
Mhm.
about it?
Let's
He
start a
said, yeah,
campaign.
I'm ugly.
I'm gonna post some grouper of what the fish looks like,
I think we
in order to
need
encourage some folks.
oh yeah, I'm gonna put a link in here so Camille can share the grouper fish with the world. I think I think the way to make people, not eat meat and stuff is just let them see it alive because Some of them are ugly. Like you, like I don't want to eat
Well,
you.
not
You're
to
not
see
even
them
cute.
alive, but like when it comes to cows and lambs and stuff, let them see the process of killing them and like the whole thing, shooting them in the head.
I don't know. This group are kind of ugly. I might want to see him die. I might want to see how he get down. I might want to see how they take him out. They're ugly little bastard. I'm like, you ugly. I might need to see them stab you,
Oh my
but I don't
God.
want to eat you.
Your logic. I love. I love the logic. I don't see it because it's unattractive.
Mom, because the lamb is cute. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, so if somebody eats lamb,
So
I'm like,
you want to
oh.
eat the cute thing.
No,
Like, oh,
I don't want to eat it because it's adorable. Like I don't want to eat the lamb. Like I wouldn't eat a frog because I've seen a frog. I lived in Florida. I'm not eating that. I seen what that looked like,
you
or a
never had frog
pigeon.
legs.
Girl, no. I've been I grew up in Denver. I've been close to a frog. I've dissected frogs in school. I'm like, once you see it, how can you eat it? Or
Mhm.
a pigeon. People be eating squab. I'm like, have you been shat near? They shit right near you. Why would you eat that? It's full of poop.
It's
Like
just
Trump in his
another bird.
plane.
It's just another bird.
Ugly.
I'm
Hideous.
surprised people don't eat parrots. They're cute.
That's
Have the
crazy.
same little wings.
I told you what made me originally a vegetarian was my mama made me clean the chicken. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I was making him dance and he had a little chubby belly and he was doing a dance. And then all of a sudden I said, I can't
Hey,
eat this guy.
that's
Cut
somebody's
him
child.
out.
That is somebody's child. What's the wind down, girl? Don't take me down this
I'm
vegan
not gonna
road.
take you down that road. It's a wormhole we don't want to go down. But I'm telling you, that
You
group
do
are ugly.
not, and
Ugly.
neither do the people at home. So I'm
Got
trying
middle
to
finger.
spare you.
So
Listen,
listen. So my
wait,
wind down. And by the way, oh wait,
Before you
wait,
do your wind down, hold on. Let
wait,
me say this.
ma'am.
I had to confront Joyanne earlier today because I suspected
Is
she was
this your
upset
wind
with
down?
me. No, no, I'm just telling the people. I don't believe you. I think you upset with me about something you too nice
What
to say.
what would I be upset with you about?
That's what I think. Look
You
at his face. I can
No,
think he's
okay.
mad
So
at
I
me.
didn't talk to Jackie for like probably 3, 4 days.
Or return text.
I was not returning anybody's text. If I showed you my phone right now, you the one person I actually have responded to today. I have people going back to last week. So this is part of my wind down. So no. So by the way, y'all, she didn't text me. She texted Ann to be like, you need to let that Joy know whatever she mad at me about. We are whole friend. We are whole friends, and we have a whole podcast because she didn't text me back. And so Ann was like, Joy, she think you mad at her. You better text her back. And I was like, Ann, you
Yep.
know what I've been doing for the last several days, right? And she was like, Joy, you don't take that girl back, she gonna be up here with them cats and she gonna drop them off. And I said, oh, let me call her back.
Yes,
She gonna
because
drop
I'm
them
on the
cats
proof
off.
of life squad.
She's the
I'm
proof of
on the
lifetime.
squad proof of life.
It's true
So
because I am a text responder, but
mhm.
also my anxiety is around my text messages building up. And right now, I can't look at my phone because it's so full. Because this is my wind down. Let me just get into it. And by the way,
Okay.
I'm drinking my Hi-Yo. That's what I'm drinking. Hi-Yo. Hi-Yo. It's my peach mango Hi-Yo. So the reason I have been incommunicado is remember last 2 podcasts ago when my wind down at the end of October was that myself, the daughter, and our friend Wanji, decided we were going to Mokojumbi, Miles, my youngest child's apartment. Well,
Uh,
not really Mokojumbi. We really decided we HGTV'd it, is what we did.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
Mokojumbi is when you run a ghost out, so we really
Yeah, I
didn't
was
do that.
gonna say.
Yeah, that's a Mokojumbi. But no, we were gonna we HGTV'd his apartment for his birthday as a present. So while we were all doing this project together, me and Wanj looked at little daughter and we said, you're next. We're coming for your room next. So my
Right.
daughter does not officially 100% live here, but she's moved back. Like a lot of young people in post pandemic, it's tough out there economically, and she's a little starving artist.
Yeah.
So she's back staying with us for now until she, figures her stuff out and is able to go back to New York. So she's kind of staying with us. And she's an artist. So her room used to just be fabulous. But at one point, she moved a bunch of her stuff into her brother's room temporarily. I can't even remember why. But when she finally moved it back, she kind of just had it all over the place. She just didn't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so her room went from being this adorable, like artsy, funky, artsy space to just being a mess. And she
Mm.
was not dealing with it. She was not cleaning it up. And I'm like, and I kept on pushing, like, do you want me to come help you do it? Want me to come help you do the laundry? You want me to And she was just like, no, leave me alone. Yeah. Because, young people, she's a millennial. And I'm like, I tie it to, and you're always talking about mental health. I definitely tie your space to your mental health. I feel
Mhm.
like if your mental health, your room and your sort of space around you kind of speaks to where you are. Like right now, I'm sitting
Yeah.
at my dining table and we kind of work at the dining table right now, and it's like stuff is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how I feel my emotional state is. And my stuff is everywhere. When my
Yeah.
office is messy, I'm like, that's because my mind is messy. And so I
Mhm.
feel like if you create a space that's clean and neat, and I am a weirdly enough, I am a neat freak, even though I have a little bit of a hoarder tendency, so I tend to keep a lot of stuff that I really should part with and throw away. So I'm a little
Right.
hoarderish. So I'm always fighting to make my space clean and neat. And I feel like it does help your mental health to have your space be clean, neat, and inviting.
Mhm.
So we
Mhm.
warned her that we were coming for her next, and she is on her little best life ever trip with her besties in Japan. So my baby is off living her adventure, and we told her, when you come back, don't be surprised if we've been all up in the room and we've done the thing, we've
So she
HGTV'd it, because
approved this.
she very reluctantly, because even though she was one of the leading people pushing Miles to do it, she didn't want it done to her. But I'm like, you pushing the baby boy to do it, but you
Yeah.
were like, but not me. But we're like, no, no, you are next. So while she's gone, and she's gonna be back, we now have 5 days, and we started late because, as you know, my schedule is bananas, especially on show nights. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm a crazed person. I can't even respond to phone. I just do not. So Monday was a wash because Mondays I'm a mess. But we started it over the weekend. So that's why we didn't catch talk. Once I started, I go into manic mode, and I was out every night. I've been up till 2 and 3 in the morning working on this since Sunday. Saturday
Mhm.
night. So we started Saturday evening, and since then, it's been every night, non-stop work. It was that much work. And her room is, he has a
Wow.
studio, so her room is about the same size as his studio. Her room's about the same size as his studio,
Yeah.
but it is daunting because we had to assess, figure out what we needed, shop, which then took a ton of time. We This week, Sunday, we went out to go to the mall. We went to, find some stuff that we needed and organize. And then we had to sort things out. Baby, when I tell you this is a project, but it's
Mm.
almost done. I can't
Ooh.
show it. She'll never let me show it. Even the baby let me show it a little bit. If she's never gonna let me show it. But when I tell you, if I was not in TV, the thing I would love to be is an interior designer. I love interior design.
You
I
do.
love it. I absolutely love it. It's my other passion, architecture and interior design. I absolutely love. So that is my wind down, is that we have countdown 5 days to the daughter coming back. And I am on my like eighth load of laundry. When I tell you this girl room, I'm like, I'm finding beautiful clothes that she didn't know she had.
Ooh.
She's gonna come back to like be able to shop in her own closet. She
Oh,
has
she's
clothes I'm sure
wonderful.
she's forgotten, different art. She had a storage unit that she ended up losing, and so she's always been like, I don't have it. No, baby, you got so much stuff. She has so much of her art books, her sketchbook stuff. I don't think she even remembers what she has. So I think, and I will report on the next podcast because by the time the podcast happens, she'll see it, and I think she's gonna love it.
I can't wait to hear what her reaction is. I think she's gonna love it. I
Yeah.
think she's gonna appreciate it. I think she's gonna love it, and I think she's gonna walk into that space and just feel such calm and just like, wow, this is my space, and I didn't have to do any of this.
Then I do it. And it's funny because so Wanji and we both have this tendency of we do too much of doing too much. So we've had to edit ourselves back because we were like, we're gonna put wallpaper and we're gonna do all, but then we had to remember, because the daughter, she really persnickety and she's an artist. So if you go and if you fundamentally change this room
Yeah.
because we like it, she may come back and not like it. And when you watch HGTV, the worst thing is when the homeowner comes back and you can see they don't like it. And because you know why? Because the person did not follow the person's directions or taste. They did what they want for themselves.
Right.
So we've had to edit ourselves. It's been an interesting process of to do too much people editing ourselves so that we don't project our own vision onto the room and really make the room what she already had started, and use her foundation and just build on her own taste. So we'll see.
Oh, this is a show. I would love love to see you transforming people's spaces like a show. Oh,
I
I
would
would love
love it. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, I would
I
love it.
mean, girl,
This
if the country wasn't burning down, you'd have
look,
time, but you don't have time right
I
now.
don't have
So
time. The two shows that need to happen is my HGTV show, my travel show, which I really want to do, and
yeah.
the Jackie Reed Tiffany Cross Animal Rescue Show.
Yes,
When I tell you
exactly.
that show would be the bomb, we need to put them two on a farm in Georgia and have y'all just rescue animals. The two of
We
you rescuing animals would be a show.
It would be a show. It would be such a great show.
It would be such a great
It
show.
would be. I have to say that would be so much fun. You traveling would be amazing. That
We
would be
need
so much.
right? We need
Mhm.
a network. See, that's the thing that's so sad is that all these networks now that are owned by all these rotten ass billionaires, I wish we had a network that could actually do great shows like this and would green
Right.
light really positive, fun, and then also informative. Like there's so many shows you could do if you had a network willing. It's too bad BET is not that. If
Yeah.
I wish we had a network for ourselves that would be something like that. You know, like WeTV,
I
I guess
know.
started out that way, but then they just went all crazy reality shows. It's just there isn't a network like that,
There
sadly.
isn't. There
No.
really isn't. I wish there were because that
The
HGTV show,
things we could do.
travel show, the things we could do. It would be amazing.
Well, what is your wind down source, sister cousin friend?
So I have two, quick. The first one is that I went to Clark Atlanta University last week with my mom. I'm trying to
You
go
just
on.
outside.
I
Whatever happened to my
know.
shut-in friend?
I, I'm getting out. I'm getting. Well,
This is like 3 straight wind downs of you going outside.
oh, girl, just doing stuff, just doing.
Yes,
But
you
I'm
are
really trying to do
participating.
more. I am participating. I'm actually going to something this week with my mom.
Okay.
Details to come on that because I have to get
Mm.
the day. But so I went to Clark Atlanta University because I got invited to go see a screening of Luther Vandross's the documentary on his life, which I
Oh,
hadn't
I
seen.
have to see this.
Oh, it's so good. So I was able to see it on the big screen as opposed to seeing it at home because I think you can see it at home now. And let me tell you, I love that they did this because they did it for the students in the mass
Mm.
media arts department. And some of them were there, but the public could come too. And Brian Gentry, I want to get his name right. They did a Q&A with him after the documentary. He was the director of photography and he talked, he took questions from the students. Girl, I had questions, but I said, I'm going to sit my little ass down. Let the students ask questions. I was like, but so they got to talk to him about the craft. You know what I mean? The shots, the lighting, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, which was so interesting. And then Kevin Owens, the male background singer that was always, on stage with Lou, he was in the audience as well. So
Oh.
it was so incredible to watch it with him in the audience. But this documentary, you guys, if you all have not seen it, and let me look up the name of it, you have to see this documentary. It is so well done. And I'm telling you, you would go ready to sing because
Mm.
what they have access to, because the family, greenlit this. So they were, and Jamie Foxx and Colin Firth, the actor Colin Firth,
Yeah.
were both executive producers. And
Oh,
one of the questions I wanted to ask was like, okay, why Colin? But anyway,
right.
so Jamie Foxx is being interviewed, Colin no, but such great background about the life of Luther Vandross, starting out with this group that performed at the Apollo before major acts, being on Sesame Street as a
Yeah.
featured group, background singer for Bette Midler and David Bowie and Roberta Flack. And then it was Roberta Flack who encouraged him to, well, let me stop because I know you spoiler people are like,
Oh no, I was adult. I was an adult, and I was always a big Bowie fan, even in high school. That I did not realize that young Americans, he
yeah,
was a young American.
they
That's
think
Luther.
they have that footage of the rehearsal for that. Like the footage that they have and what they show, to tell this man's story. And they talk about the weight issue. And
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, I got to hear from his perspective, from his mouth, and from friends who were close to him, how he felt about the public's reaction,
Mm.
the way journalists would interview him, talking about food. Like, it was so
Mm.
well done. Oh man,
Uh,
it was so well done. You
what's
have
the
to.
name of it? Because I have been looking for this documentary because I missed it when they played it live on CNN.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's let me look it up real quick. Because this is the one sanctioned by the
By the
family.
family, yes.
Of course, it's called Luther Vandross. Never too much.
I thought it was called Never Too Much. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but what I love is you get to see all this concert video of him singing all these songs that we love, right?
Yeah.
And the choreography, they talk about the costumes on stage. Oh, I will probably watch it again and
Yeah.
again and again. It's that good.
That's
Um,
like the Aretha Franklin doc. I've seen the Aretha where with the doc. Oh my God, you have to see the Aretha Franklin doc. I've watched it a dozen times. And I don't normally like to rewatch stuff, but it's so
yeah.
good.
Mm.
And it's when she did this concert in Los Angeles with I can't remember the name, very famous choir director, and there's all sorts of scandals. Her dad shows up. Girl, you have to watch. It's called Aretha. And then that, and then also Questlove's documentary that he got the Oscar for that talks about the Harlem Music Festival the same year
Oh
as
yeah.
Woodstock, baby. But yes, I'm gonna add this one to my list. I definitely want to see.
And
He was the greatest arranger of all time, Luther Vandross.
oh
Greatest
my
music
God.
arranger of all time.
I mean, the songs that he wrote, that song from The Wiz, Can You Feel a
Feel up. He
Brand New
wrote that?
Day? Yeah. Yeah, he wrote that. Yeah. There's a
Wow.
song from The Wiz, and I want to say, everybody look around. Get that right. I hate to, girl, it drives me crazy when people
Because the
uh
sun is shining just for us.
mhm.
Everybody. Mhm. Because into the morning, into happiness. Hello, world. I love Luther Vandross. One of the greatest singers. He is like the
Yep.
male Ella
Can you
Fitzgerald. He
feel
wrote that?
a brand new day?
Oh my God. He is probably one of the greatest singers of all time by far. And I would say the three singers with the most perfect pitch ever in history are Ella Fitzgerald, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross. Like they're incapable of going off pitch and can go into 18 different pitch. They will never go off pitch. They're the most on pitch singers. They could do runs, no, never going off pitch ever. Like brilliant.
He was also brilliant with how do I want to say this, producing the stage, right?
Mm.
Knowing the costumes, the choreography, when the piano comes in, when the lights hit. Like, he was
Arranging. Hmm.
very involved in all of that, but then arranging songs and things like
Hmm.
that. Like, you have to see this
Oh, I
documentary.
can't wait to see it. When I missed it, I was so down because I wasn't able to find it. And now that I know I can, girl, yes, say less.
You
I'm
have to
definitely
do
gonna
it.
watch it.
Yeah, it's
Fabulous.
good. Okay, my other wind down. Oh, and let me tell you
Yes.
what I'm drinking, because
Please.
it's a black business.
Mm.
So it's Bartanicals, and what it is, there are all these different flavor options. This is Energy Boost. Of course, I found her at a vegan festival. She's a sister, and what she has in here are all these healthy ingredients. They're
Oh.
dried fruits and herbs and all kinds of.
Ooh.
So you can add vodka or whatever, and you let it sit for 3 days, and it turns into like a mixer that you get.
Oh.
And so I'm not drinking alcohol right now. So I put chamomile tea in one of mine.
Ooh.
I did the mood. So it's good for you. And it's a sister. Look at this. All this is dry. You
Oh.
add a liquid, you put it in the refrigerator for 3 days. And
Ooh.
so this is the mood one. I added sparkling water to it.
Ooh. That sounds delicious.
Oh yeah, it's delicious. So I
Oh.
want to give her a shout out. Bartanicals is her business, and I've met her and talked to her. Like, the packaging and everything. Like, I said, girl, you own to something. It is brilliant because it's all healthy ingredients.
Yes.
It's really
Love
good, like,
that.
great for mixing and things like that. So there's that. Okay, so my other wind down is what I'm watching. Two things I want to highly recommend,
Okay.
because people love Paul Dark. and they were saying in the comments, and I'll read some in a minute, that they're watching it now because of us and they're loving it. So I want you all to watch Fubar on Netflix.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
No.
You have to make a face.
Okay. What is Fubar? Well, no, I'm making my face about Poldar because it was boring for me. But go on.
You have to stick with it. It was
I know
so
it was so
good.
slow. I'm like, I
Oh
can't
my
take
God.
it. It was so slow.
That show was so good.
Okay,
Anyway,
I'm writing it down. I have it written down. So we're going to, what's it called? Fubar?
Fubar, Fubar, starring
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a
Okay.
series.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 is out. So you got one short season. You know, on Netflix, they have short seasons. Season 2 is
Yes.
out. Let me tell you something. This thing, and it's action. He plays a CIA guy
Okay.
who's about to retire. That's all I'm gonna say, because I know how y'all get.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. There's no, statute of limitations. There's no kind of like embargo lifted on it's just
Yeah.
forever.
Forever.
Just crazy. But anyway, since it's new, season 2 came out a few months back. Fubar is so good.
Ooh.
It's funny. It's action packed. There's family, so there's some love in there. And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So if you like him, you get to see him being fun. I mean, there are laugh out loud moments. And yes, there are Black people. Well, there's
Okay.
2 Black people. So
Yeah. Love it.
so Fubar is good. I highly recommend it. And
Okay.
then staying in the lane of these former action guys, Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
So good. Tulsa King, let me just set it up. Not going to tell y'all a lot. He
Okay.
is a mob guy
Uh-huh.
from New York. Something happens. They reassign him to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Baby, this show is so good. I was like, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But it's good. It's
And
good.
how did you come upon these shows? You just like these actors?
No, I'm big on TV shows. Like,
Yes,
I'm
you
a
are.
TV-aholic. So I'm always looking for what's coming out, what's new. I'm always like, I will spend like maybe an hour watching trailers of what's coming. And
I
so
will do
I'm
that.
like,
Is it
what's coming up?
right?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
will do that. Oh, I love a trailer.
Yeah, like there's a great show on Netflix.
Ooh, something's.
Inside
Ooh, you just
Man.
had. That's the third time something's rubbing a microphone.
Oh, you know what it is, my paper.
Okay. Okay. So go
It's
ahead. All right.
No, I was going to say also, let me throw another one in there with starring Ted Danson. I don't know what it is about white men today, older white men, but Ted Danson, The Inside Man, is so good.
Is it? Okay. All right.
It's
I'm gonna go.
so good. He's a widower, who goes on a bit of an adventure. Let me just say that. I'm
I
giving
like Ted Danson because he was in the phone commercial with my sister, and
Oh, that's
she made a
right.
quite pretty penny on that ad, the phone ad, and people would literally come up to her and say, "Are you the lady from the phone ad?" They just called it the phone ad. Nobody even know what the name of the phone company is. I can't tell you what name, but we just know it was my sister and Ted Danson in this ad, and she said he was very nice, so I like Ted Danson.
He seems like such a nice person.
Yeah, he
You'll love
apparently was
him.
very nice to June. So if you're nice to June, I'll like you. If you're
Yes,
not
well,
nice to
okay.
June, it's war.
This is a feel-good show. We love our June. This is a feel-good show, not an action show like the other ones. It takes place in a retirement community.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so good and just
Okay.
heartfelt. It'll warm you. If you're looking for a feel-good,
Yeah.
this is the one.
Well, we need to feel good because it feels bad out here. It's bad.
I know.
Everything is bad.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Let me get some comments in here.
Okay.
So Aisha underscore tell. This is about spoilers. I agree with Joy, and The Sixth Sense is a perfect example. Someone told me the ending, and I still haven't seen it. I carry a grudge to this day.
Right, because once you know the ending, there's no point in watching it.
It's been
Because you
50
know how that shit's gonna
years since the
end.
movie came out.
I know, but it's like people try to tell me. I mean, the movie was out at the time, and people were trying to tell me, and I was like, don't tell me nothing. Let me see it and experience it myself.
Oh my God.
People
So
love to spoil stuff.
you can't even have a conversation about The Color Purple because,
But I saw that in high school, and we
yeah,
read it,
you
so
did, but somebody
I knew how it
around
ended.
you
Yeah.
Someone around you may not have seen The Color Purple, so you can't talk
Everybody
about that.
saw The Color Purple.
See? You think everybody
Everybody.
saw it, but you can't talk about it.
No,
That
it was like
being
that with the.
said,
I told you, people tried to tell me how The Wire was gonna. I'm like, I have not, because I watched The Wire years later. I'm like, don't do that. Or Breaking Bad. People try to. I'm like, no, let me experience it. What's the point if you tell me the ending?
it still doesn't take
No,
away from all the good
it
stuff in
does.
between.
It takes away because you know how it's gonna end. You know, the only instance in which you need to know how something's gonna end is when your political party participates in a government shutdown. Now, in that case, you should know the ending before you start. Sorry.
We'll get to that in a minute. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Okay, here's another comment from Spice Love, Luvgh. I'm thinking that's how you pronounce that. Jackie, I'm the same way. If I'm watching a show and the suspense is too much, baby, I fast forward to the end to find out what happens and go right back to watching. Same with books. Doesn't change a thing for me.
To
See,
person to your heart. You held that one to your heart. I know you didn't hold the
I'm
other one
not
to your heart.
alone. You are
You're
not
not
alone.
alone.
I
I'm
am here
here
with
with you.
you.
One of my favorite Michael Jackson songs.
Really?
And by the way, you know who wrote that song?
Who?
R. fucking Kelly.
I don't like it anymore.
I know. And I didn't know if it is literally one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs, and R. Kelly wrote that song. And it shows you his writing I mean, this man was a sick son of a bitch, but he really is a genius. I mean, he's a sick person, but when it comes to songwriting, you really can't argue that he's not a genius. Unfortunately, you really can't.
Well,
Nor can you argue Michael Jackson's genius. I mean, these people are geniuses. It's just like there's something that's like turns over, and R. Kelly obviously a sick person, but genius.
yeah. Well, I like to
Bill
think
Cosby, genius level talent.
yes, yeah.
Genius level talent, but sick in it, like I think there's something like it's almost like their genius takes them too far over the edge mentally.
Well, I think Michael was a genius, but I'm not buying a lot of this stuff. I haven't seen enough proof to say
I don't
that
mean in that. Yeah, see, I don't know
yeah,
about that. I can't tell
yeah.
you. I mean, there's a lot that's quite suspicious about Michael Jackson's activities with young
Peculiar,
people, children.
right?
It's
Yeah,
very unusual and it's very suspicious. But I mean, I think his eccentricities of acting like a little kid, and when I know, because Al Sharpton will tell you he didn't really even talk like that. Like if you spoke to him, he'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" What I mean, like a normal voice. But then when
yeah,
he was performing, he had this like sort of falsetto voice. Like there's something obviously mentally abnormal about him, and because of the way his father treated him growing up. So he was normal, but he was a
yeah.
genius.
He was absolutely okay. From Julie Wilson 8702. Thank you for your show. It is truly needed and appreciated. On another note, what are you two doing to have your beautiful skin? Joyanne, you want to share your lovely skincare
As I have a
routine?
breakout right now, I'm doing nothing helpful. I'm sleeping in my makeup too often. As a matter of fact, today, as you can see, I still have my lashes on. Why did I sleep in my makeup last night, y'all? I slept in my makeup last night. And I woke up this morning and I was so tired because again, I was in bed by like 2:30, almost 3, because I was still working on the bedroom HGTVing. Staggered into bed, fell asleep like this, rolled over, tried to not mess up my pillow. Woke up, had to take Nala to the dog to daycare. Got in the shower and without a second thought took out the black soap and just started rubbing my face, me like, oh shoot, 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 I'm not supposed to be taking off my makeup because I had 2 lives I was supposed to do today. I had live interviews today, so I was supposed to keep my makeup on to do the interviews. Started rubbing the stuff off and I was like, oh shoot, and then the soap went in my eyes. I had to jump out the shower, get one of my clean cloths and stop the soap going in my eyes. So what I and then so some of the makeup's off, so I have a light powder on. I'm not doing nothing good for my skin, y'all. Don't take advice from me. Don't do what I'm doing. No, I use this Korean cream skincare to take the makeup off when I do wash it off. I I just my mama gave me decent skin. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's hereditary.
It's baby, because I don't drink enough
It is.
water.
It is. Child.
I don't take my vitamins all the time. Like it's just I should be one big pimple right now.
You see, I am trying hard to walk this walk of not giving people who don't appreciate my advice.
You got great skin.
Or who don't listen to it. No, I'm talking about you sleeping in your damn makeup.
Wait,
I'm
y'all,
not saying
did I
anything
tell
about
y'all when we were in Georgia how she literally marched me into the bathroom and made me wash my face? Was that in the previous episode? Has she literally bullied me and made me and I had to wash it in front of her. She wouldn't even leave and let me do it by myself. She didn't trust me because she knew I wouldn't do it.
I knew you wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't have. I was going to sleep in the makeup.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
No, because I don't like getting makeup done. It is literally, I'm ADHD sitting there for a full straight 45 minutes without being able to type on my phone or do, and I just have to sit there. I literally can barely stand it. I can barely sit still. So I'd rather just keep it on for 2 days so I don't have to do it every day. Go on. What do you do for your skin? Because don't go by me.
Well, I wash my face every morning and every night. With a product called Biossance, which I love. It's a vegan, it's a very organic, healthy product. In the morning, I have one skincare routine that I use for my eyes. You know, there's a serum that I use, a couple of serums, and then I seal it with a nice cream. And at night, I do the same. When I do wear makeup, I use a balm to remove all makeup. And I have these bamboo washcloths.
I have a bamboo washcloth. I do that.
that I use. And I use it and I put it to the side and I wash them. You know, I have them for every day of the week. So that they're clean and gentle on my skin. I don't sleep on my face.
What she's saying is don't be me. Do the opposite of everything
I do.
Everything. Just do the exact opposite of what I'm doing. And you'll be fine.
Every other week I have this exfoliating stuff that I use to really, you put it on, it's wet, but you put it on, you don't add water to it, and it really exfoliates your skin. And I try to do facials. I haven't had one in a long time, but you know what I do that's bad for my skin?
What's
I'm
up?
a picker.
You do what now?
I pick. If there's a bump or something, girl, I picked a mole. Listen. Well, I don't know if it was you know how when a mole is flat, but you know how a mole will like stick out a little bit?
Yes.
Like and be like really skinny. Girl, I took
you go for it.
Pulled it off.
It's not good. You should not do that.
Well, I don't know if it's a mole or a skin tag, but I had one on my chest.
And you be picking
like
on it.
One, and I was just like,
no,
and it
don't
came
do
off.
That.
And you know, you just hold it there to stop the bleeding.
To stop the bleeding. Do you see how there's bleeding involved? Do you understand that there's that what you've described involves bleeding? It's not
girl.
Good.
I'm like,
so you're okay. So wait a minute, Judgy. You're saying because I keep my makeup on once in a while, you be picking that. You should literally go to a doctor. Like this, you should be admitted to the ER. You don't even know what you're picking off. You could be. Okay. See, I wasn't mad at you, but now I am. I was fine.
Oh my God.
Do the finger.
Don't pick moles off your skin.
Don't pick moles off your face.
Where was it? I think it was girl, because I got so many damn cat scratches, but I have a lot of moles and stuff.
Wait. With all the love you giving these cats, they scratching your ass?
Well, they don't mean to. It's like you pick them up. If something scares them, then they might grab onto you. They don't mean to. Like one of them got me right here.
You are interpreting that they don't mean. You could literally, they could be like, let me back out in the woods.
I got so many like scratches and things from these. from these
What
cats.
if they're just trying to tell you to let them live outside in the woods?
These are indoor cats. Girl, these are indoor cats. I open the door and they just look like,
Where'd they come from, though?
what's out there?
Where'd you get them
They
from?
were born inside. Their
Outside.
mama was a Rolling Stone. She was outside. They were born in warmth and luxury.
They're anchor babies, is what you're saying.
But yes, I probably shouldn't be pulling off I don't think they're moles. I think they're skin tags because
I
they stick
think you
up enough.
should. I think you
And if
should let
you
a
beat them
doctor.
good enough or get a good little tweezer,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Where did you get your MD? Was that from Clark Atlanta? Did you get your? Is that where you got your medical degree from, Doctor
oh,
Reed?
wait though. When it comes to popping pimples, girl, I go into esthetician mode. I have those lancets. Do you know those little lancets are those little, like diabetics
Yes.
prick their finger in order to draw blood? I have a whole box of them, girl. If something comes up, I'm like, okay,
It's
let's
going
go to
down.
work. Let me get my big mirror. Let me get my steamer. You know, you got to prep the skin before you go in. And then I got that silver tool that has like the little this is a bobby pin, but it has like a little that you put on and you got to press it just so much so it doesn't make a scar. But you prick it with the lancet so it's a little tiny little thing and then you poop and it oozes right out and you have less scarring. But I'm a professional, so don't try this at home. Don't do it at home.
She's not a professional. She's just doing it without a doctor's approval or supervision. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I shall be sleeping in my makeup whenever I want.
Oh, please. That is way worse than pulling off a mole.
No. You can't end up in the ER from sleeping in your makeup. You can end up in the ER from pulling off a mole,
No, it
ma'am.
stops bleeding. I've been doing it for years, girl. I
It
haven't had a
only
problem
bleeds a
yet.
little. It just,
It
once
does,
the
but you
blood
hold it
gushing stops,
and then
it's
it
fine.
stops. It's not gushing. I mean, it doesn't gush. It just, just like if you cut yourself and stuff comes out, it's not pouring out.
And then I opened a vein, but it's fine. It closed again eventually. I mean, I bled like maybe a pint or two of blood. I didn't need that blood anyway.
Who's watching? Okay, one more comment. This is from Rose of Sharon WR4JR. Thank you, ladies, for touching on Western Jamaica's devastation and also for having Jamaica's unofficial ambassador, Shirley Ralph, on
Yes.
the show. As
Oh,
we say in Jamaica, manners and respect. Please know, as for me and my house, we voted up and down the ballot in Fulton County, Georgia. Hey,
love that. Good.
more people are just now understanding the assignment here in the US and the importance of voting. Looking forward to your next show reviewing the election outcome. Well,
Yeah. Oh,
I know it was good for us. The
was.
election outcome was good, but
It was excellent.
so many other things
For
happening. With this,
for a
that,
brief moment, for that brief
yes.
moment.
So we're going to talk about some issues you need to know and everything that's going on with the former shutdown that's now over. But we want to remind you guys, if you are not already subscribed to our channel, to our show, please take a moment and do that now. Just click that little button and subscribe. Also give us a thumbs up, a like, and leave a comment because we love hearing from you guys. We read all the comments. And I didn't have to block anybody from last week's show. Nice.
and y'all please learn the song so that we can all sing it together in a
We are
round.
going to sing it soon. We are going to
Yes.
sing it soon. Coming up. Okay. So let's move on to Ish You Need to Know.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The Dems shutdown failure. They blew it, Joanne. They caved.
They did.
8 senators, to be exact, decided to vote along with Republicans and give up on the demands and end the government shutdown with only a promise from Republicans to vote on health care down the road. Girl, I'm telling you, I am fighting mad. I wrote on Chuck Schumer's page, please retire. And I was like, you are not the kind of leader that we need at this time. You know what I mean? Time served, just please retire.
Yeah, just go.
I'm just angry about it.
Yeah.
Because there's some people like Monique Presley, I heard saying and she had a long conversation with Don Lemon about this. Like, she stands firm that it was the right thing for them to do. You know, there are people who feel like it was the right call if you look at the long game. I don't
Yeah.
agree with
So, I mean, and Monique and others who make the point that the suffering of the people who were out of work, not getting paid, TSA workers, people who work at air traffic control. I mean, that's dangerous, not having them be paid and having to get, to an Uber job or DoorDash to pay their bills. And,
Yeah.
the suffering was too much, and the threats to snap, and Donald Trump effectively threatening to starve 42 million Americans in order to force Democrats to relent, which is what he was doing. I mean, he was doing a Bibi Netanyahu and saying, I'm going to use starvation. I'm going to starve. I mean, he appealed to the Supreme Court to say, I'm going to starve 42 million people to force Democrats to relent. And that eventually they were going to have to fold anyway, because that's the Monique Presley argument, right? That they're going to have to fold anyway because Trump was willing to do unlimited pain. And when you're dealing with people who are truly evil and don't care if people starve or die, at a certain point, you can't beat them because they are actually sort of pristine in their commitment to letting even their own people die to get what they want. And I disagree with her, but I'll just give you one. Like, what I think people are missing in all of this is, and by the way, it was interesting. It was 40 days into the shutdown that the 8 voted to open the government, and 40 Democrats voted no. So it was interesting. It was 40 and 40. But what people have to remember is you have to go back before that. The big ugly bill.
Yeah.
This is where this began. Donald Trump, when he got reelected, had one job, according to the billionaires who funded his campaign: make that 2017 $1.7 trillion tax cut permanent. It is the main reason that all those billionaires backed him. The main reason. The secondary reason was deregulation, and obviously for Elon Musk, the fact that he would get access to all our data, right? So they knew they were going to get all our data. They were going to be able to enrich themselves. They're going to be able to become trillionaires. But that tax cut was very key, because had Kamala won and Democrats had control of the Senate, it's very likely they would have allowed that tax cut to expire, or even just adjusted it so it wasn't as egregious.
Right.
As that the whole point of the quote unquote big beautiful bill, and y'all need really, and I really hate that Democrats never communicate. The whole 80% of the point of that bill was to make that tax cut permanent. That cost you $4.1 trillion, which means your grandchildren's grandchildren will still not be able to pay that off. The way they funded that tax cut, the way they tried to make it less egregious cost-wise, because that was supposed to be a temporary tax cut. 2017 temporary tax cut, making it permanent. When he first did it, it cost $1.7 trillion when it wasn't permanent. Once it was permanent, that's $4 trillion, $4.1 trillion. In order to make that $4.1 trillion look less bad, they were like, we need to find $2 trillion to soften the blow and put $2 trillion back in. Doge was supposed to find that with the cuts. Turned out they only found like $100 million, because there actually is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse in the government. They eliminated USAID. It was a drop in the bucket. Getting rid of farms, to all the shit they did, it still got them to only 100 million or so. So that was a failure. So they're like, where else can we get like $2 trillion? Social Security, you get at $5 trillion is Social Security. You can't touch that because the old people would literally go in the streets, right? And they vote. So it's like, where else Medicaid. Medicaid is the biggest pot of money available in America other than Social Security. And so they went in and they scooped $800 billion out of Medicaid, meaning rural hospitals are going to close. People weren't going to. So they already gutted Medicaid. And the other place they got the money, this is the part Democrats never said, was Obamacare. They took the subsidies for you, me, and all, the regular people, because I'm going to be on Obamacare next year. They took the subsidies and they cut those down. And they took and because those were also passed to be temporary, they were supposed to be temporary as well. But they keep getting renewed. When it passed in 2010, those were also temporary, just like the tax cut, but they keep renewing them. So in 2020, they got renewed. They're now expiring again at the end of this year on New Year's Eve. That only saved them $0.3 trillion. It didn't get them a lot of money. It's $300 billion, but they cut it. That's what Democrats were fighting about. They were saying, we want that $300 billion back. You have to fund the subsidies. So it was no healthcare, no vote. That's what the whole fight was. And also they wanted to restore some of the money they took out of Obamacare. That's what this was about. And restore some of the Medicaid money and make sure Medicaid was. That's what all this was about. So you went in with the demand saying this is our red line. But then you made a deal that got you some other things, agriculture department funded fully for a year, defense construction funded fully for a year. That means Trump's bunker. Some shit, some things got funded. Air traffic people get their back pay guaranteed. Fine, if Trump even goes along with it, because he don't follow the law.
Yeah.
But the one thing you didn't get is the one thing you held up the government for.
Right.
The healthcare stuff. It's still going to expire. So you ended up putting people through hell for 40 years. All that
For
suffering,
40
all the
days.
people in 40 days of real suffering. And y'all didn't have end game, Chuck? You didn't have a plan for how this was going to end. You just was kind of YOLOing it and you're going to fold anyway. And the last thing I'll say is them 8 always were going to fold, because this is the reporting we have on the back end. They never supported shutting the government down in the first place. Those 8. Right. We know Fetterman didn't, because he would say it publicly. These 8 always were going to fold. Chuck Schumer is the leader of the party. There are only 2 options here. Either you can't control your caucus and 8 people defied you because your ass voted no, or they did what you wanted them to do.
Yeah,
and you're hiding behind them because they're not up for re-election, and one of them retiring. Chuck. So to me, it looks like Chuck Schumer performatively shut the government down, knowing that they weren't going to hold out and that they were going to be willing to come back, put the government back online without the healthcare subsidies. That is political malpractice.
I don't understand why.
And didn't communicate nothing I just said. Did you ever hear a member of Congress say any of this shit to you that I just said?
No. But what's so crazy is knowing all of this, right, in advance. Like maybe they never were in favor of the government shutdown. But then when they saw what happened on November the 4th with the results of the election, you would think, and all these No Kings rally, we got the support of the people. We got some momentum here. That may have been what they planned to do, but why not change course?
Correct. Yes.
I was so proud of the Democrats for holding the line. And then we were after this, and then Tuesday, November the 4th, and then it's just like, okay, I had some hope.
And the fact,
gained hope.
Yeah. And we also heard from the back end that the scuttlebutt in DC is that both parties were waiting to see the results of the election before they figured out their strategy. One of the reasons it dragged on to the election is both the Democrats and the Republicans wanted to see those election results to determine where to go. Well, the election results completely backed the Democrats. It should have bolstered them. Republicans lost on every sphere, whether it was the moderate Democrats that won in Virginia and New Jersey or Mamdani, right? Literally, it was 2 Muslims elected in historic elections. The lieutenant governor of Virginia is going to be a Muslim woman. You've got Mamdani in New York. They took from that election. We succeeded in our messaging. We can now end this. That is the message. It was exactly like what the text. Remember when Jolanda Jones said it?
Yeah.
Jolanda Jones said these Democrats in Texas broke quorum. They could have held out and kept that quorum break going till December, which is literally in 3 weeks. And then that bill to change the maps would have died. They would have had to wait until next year to try it again. It would have been the end. They would have won. But rather than win, they decided to go back, end their quorum break and with no wins. They got nothing. The maps end up passing. Now you have this blood sport death match for these 5 districts that are now being collapsed together. She told y'all that was going to happen. Why would you go back? But they went back because we won the messaging war. Democrats have a problem. When you tell them you have bad messaging, their response is to then turn everything they do into a messaging exercise rather than an exercise to win. They only want to do, and once they win the messaging, they think their job is done. That's the problem. They think, oh, we won the messaging now. See, guys, we have great messaging, but they never actually play to win. Republicans play to win. Republicans want to appeal Obamacare. And what this is happening is what you call a skinny repeal of Obamacare. This is them repealing Obamacare. That big, ugly bill was the first step in repealing Obamacare by making the subsidies go away so that the price of your health care would spike, so that the public would turn against Obamacare. And when the pain is harsh enough, then they feel they can fully repeal Obamacare. Y'all, this is literally your Democrats and your independent senator allowing Obamacare to be repealed. That is what this is about.
Yeah. It's
And that's what
unfortunate.
Trump wants. He wants to repeal Obamacare. And these Democrats are letting him do it, thinking, oh, well, we'll just fight it in the next election. No, you won't.
With the promise of them voting on it.
Oh,
I
the best
mean,
description I had of this, and this is from a senator who I will not name, who described this deal as, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a
for a
hamburger
hamburger today.
today.
That's perfect. That is it.
I
I mean,
promise we'll give you a vote. You think John Thune's going to really put, and first of all, okay, he promised you a vote. What's your bill? Okay,
yeah,
he promised you a vote. What is your bill? You've had 40 days to come up with a bill.
right.
See, this is what you call strategy. If you're gonna shut the fucking, excuse my language, shut the freaking government down. This is like writing Game of Thrones without knowing who wins the Game of Thrones. So your ending is crap because you didn't plan it. You should have said, okay, what is our end game? We know that they're never going to agree to extend the subsidies. That's never going to happen. What are we actually fighting for? And what you could have said when you got to the end and you knew they were never going to go for it, drop a bill on and say the bill's going to be
Right.
Medicare for all, or the bill's going to be send the subsidies to the people. Can you
Right.
imagine? I just said this on Dino Badala's podcast. Can you imagine if in a different world where Chuck Schumer had said to these people for 40 straight days, we will not come give you the votes to reopen the government until you agree to vote on our bill, which would take the subsidies which normally go to insurance companies and give them to the people.
Yeah.
Now you would have them same people who voted for No Kings fighting for cash for their wallet. Can you
Mhm.
imagine if every American that gets Obamacare saw the prospect of getting money in their own account that would have let them buy healthcare? Say, look, the subsidies should not be going to United Healthcare. The subsidies should not be going to they should go to you. That's
Yeah.
our bill. Our bill is Medicare for all. Until
Yeah.
you give us a vote, an up or down vote on Medicare for all, we won't come back. Now you have a realistic, achievable goal that you can end the shutdown with dignity. If they say, fine, we'll give you a vote on Medicare for all. Fine, we'll give you a vote on healthcare for the people, and call that vote Healthcare for the People Act. Come up with
Yeah.
a creative name
Yeah.
and say, until the healthcare for the people that get, because again, you know who you're dealing with. They don't like Obamacare. They're never going to vote to extend the subsidies because they don't believe the subsidies should have ever existed. So you
Right.
can't set a goal that they won't meet so that you can never win. You got to set a goal where you can say, we're ending this shutdown because we're now getting an up or down vote on insurance for the people. And now if they don't vote for insurance, but now they under some pressure because now even their people are going, I want my 20,000 in my account for my
Right.
health care. I want my health care account now. Now even Republicans are like, yeah, where's my health care account? I want it. Give it to me.
Girl,
And
they were winning. They were winning on the messaging and everything else. And then they cave like this.
they didn't cave. They were never for it. So
Well,
that's what
right.
I'm saying.
Right.
They didn't have a plan to win. So it's like saying they caved makes it sound like that at one point they had principles. These 8 were always where we are right now. They never.
Yeah.
You're telling me in 40 days, y'all did not write a bill. You have a promise to get a bill. What freaking bill? What's in the bill? Democrats should be demanding that those 8 show us the bill that you're going to supposedly put on the floor in December when John Thune supposedly is going to put it on the floor because he probably will not even do it. He'll probably renege on it. And what y'all going to do about it? Cry about it?
Well,
But Mom Donnie won, and I'm happy about that.
I'm very happy about that. I'm very, very happy about that. So let's talk about the fact that Nancy Pelosi is not going to run for reelection.
She would have had a plan. Just saying.
Listen, it's time,
It's
but
time. But
things
if
that
she was
she's
if she
done,
was leading
she
this
would have
though,
had a
she would have had a plan.
Well,
She would have.
I'm sure she would have, but it's time for a lot of these people that do politics the old-fashioned way to go.
Go. Everybody go.
It's
And look, she's a master, best speaker in history. But time to go. Everybody go.
It's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
And these 8, I know that
Go.
none of them are up for reelection, right?
But that gives us more time to prepare because Durbin's going, right? And so Krishnamurthy, There's a sister running too. It's a huge race. There's already people piling in to replace Durbin, younger people that are piling in. Kristen Clark, sister, she's running. Krishnamurthy, Raja Krishnamurthy is running. So it's a bunch of people running for Durbin seat. But these other ones who are not up for a while, that just gives y'all more time to plan. Start planning who's your primary. You have more time to raise
Yeah.
money.
And listen, we need to know these people, because if they're gonna come in doing the same
Same thing.
bullshit, if they're gonna come in and be Hakeem Jeffries, I don't have time for it.
He
I
about
don't
to
have.
get primary too.
He needs to be.
I believe he will be.
He needs to be.
Because he
You know,
backing Schumer up, saying Schumer and them fight a valiant effort. What was valiant about it? And this is what journalism is failing. Because if he says Schumer fought a valiant effort, the obvious follow up is, oh, what was valuable? What was valiant about
right.
it?
Don't get me started on what's happening with these folks. I can't. Um, I remember one of the interviews you did with Nancy Pelosi. That sit down. Didn't you do a sit down with her?
I did.
Yeah. What's she like?
She's very nice. Every time I've run into her and seen her, she's very supportive, very kind lady. But you know she's about business. I've done a couple interviews with her. I did one
Yeah.
sit down in the Capitol after the it was about a year after January 6th. And when I tell you, I was struggling on my feet in my little 2-inch heels, and she was toddling, clackety, clackety, clackety in her heels, all up and down in her 70s. That lady walking some heels, honey. And
Yeah.
she's a true Baltimore Sicilian. That I'm gonna tell you, she's a Baltimore's meeting. She will give you the shirt off her back, feed you till your belly's full, but she will cut you in a heartbeat and not even think twice about it. Sleeping good at night. She's ruthless, and that is why she was a good speaker.
Yeah. She
I mean,
was.
I don't agree with everything she did, but even like I'll give you one example where I disagreed with her. She wanted Kamala Harris. She wanted Joe Biden, I'm sorry, to not run. She was very clear, and she did everything she could to not run. But unlike Chuck Schumer, who hid behind these 8, she said it with her whole chest on TV with cameras rolling that
Yeah.
he shouldn't run. Okay. Then she, I believe, did send George Clooney to go write that op-ed, or at least she
Oh, you think it
cooperated with
was
that
her? Because
op-ed.
I heard it
I
was
think
Obama.
it was one of the two. It could have been both of them, because I think
Yeah.
they both wanted the same outcome. But what Nancy Pelosi did is she said herself, and then it was very clear to her behind the scenes, she had a plan. Now, I didn't agree with the plan, but her plan was for there to be a mini open primary. Both she and Obama, you've had a couple books come out, show they had a whole plan where they wanted to do a little mini primary instead of just letting Kamala Harris, take the nomination.
Yeah.
The minute that it seemed that that was unclear and the pushback from Black women was so strong, she switched her whole thing and was like, it has to be her, and endorsed her, because she's
Yeah.
always thinking on her feet. Now, whether you agree with it, and there's some things I've not agreed with her on, but what I will say is that chick moves with a plan. She
Yeah.
don't just jump and move. She moves with what she's thought through the ending. That's how we got Obamacare. Her
Yeah.
original bill had it had a public option in it. It was so much better than the current Obamacare. It had a public and all, and when Joe Lieberman betrayed them, just like these 8 in the Senate, and said we're not doing this public option, Medicare for all ain't happening, and public option ain't happening, and we're passing this more conservative version of Obamacare in the Senate, she made those Democrats, whether they liked it or not, eat it, and she made them pass that bill. And that's how we have Obamacare, because she is ruthless. And she was like, no, we are going to pass Obamacare, regardless of how much they changed it in the Senate. And that's the only reason we have this thing that's imperfect that we can work with. It's not as good as it could have been. But she
Right.
made them pass it, baby, because she does not lose. Her thing is she never has taken a vote she doesn't know the result of.
Why do you think she's not running?
Because
Why do
she recognizes it's time for a change. When she stepped back,
you?
and let Hakeem Jeffries and that younger set lead, because she understood it's time to move. Now, what I didn't like that she did, she stayed on as a Emerita. So she's kind of over his shoulder. But I think now she feels like it's time to fully let the new leadership lead, and she's got to
Yeah.
go hang out with her grandkids. She loves her grandkids. I
Mm.
actually think she genuinely just wants to and she's like, she's done the good. She fought the good fight. She fought Trump harder than most of these Democrats did.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give
Ripped
you
up
that.
his speech, all
I
this stuff. So
love that she did that. Yeah.
She don't care, but I'm saying that kind of leadership. That's why I did not support when people were trying to replace her as leader, because she knows what she's doing, you know. And she knew when it was time to step aside and go. She didn't fully walk away. Now she's fully walking away. This Chuck Schumer, I don't even think he ever wake up with a plan. Does he wake up and have even a plan to go brush his teeth and what am I eating for breakfast? Do you have a plan for anything in your life,
I don't know
buddy?
what's happening. He's not up for re-election, is he?
It don't matter. He about to get prime. If he is, he's AOC is gonna take that spot, because this fool wouldn't even endorse Mamdani the day before the election and still won't tell us if he voted for Mamdani. I'm like, you don't see the future, buddy. You don't see where everything is going. Even LBJ racist ass could see where the future was. He was like, I gotta be with civil rights. He was still saying Negra while he was for civil rights.
I'm just
Chuck, seriously, you gonna hug BB right into the grave? What are
right.
we doing?
I know. I'm so over the Democrats. I
Me
mean,
too. The Clintons, all of them, they're like, we're gonna hug BB right into the grave.
mm,
Okay.
mm, no,
Good luck. See
I
you with us
know.
here. We don't
Uh,
need y'all.
all right. Well, let's move on to some hot topics because time is
Please.
not on our side. So
It is
let's
not.
move. So there's this big controversial story. I don't know because you have been HGTVing it and then doing your show and all the things. If you heard about this, but there was this situation at a Gold's Gym with a Black woman and a trans woman. And the Black woman ended up getting kicked out of the gym
No.
because I'll give you the details. So, this woman, the Black woman, is a singer and songwriter. Her name is Tish Hyman. And there's this heated debate because so she was in the bathroom at Gold's Gym and there was a trans woman who came in, but this trans woman presented as a man and look as far as like the look when the trans person walked in there. I'm gonna be careful with my pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
So what Tish is saying, the Black woman, is that she described um the man as a grown man with a big penis in the women's locker room. So apparently, this person has not had any
Like
surgery.
preoperative. Right. No,
Yeah.
no operation. No surgery.
So Tish, in the video that you see, there's an altercation between her and this trans woman, and Tish is yelling. The Black woman is yelling because she's upset. She feels like it's a violation of privacy and all the things. So it's turned into this really big debate. And Tish has been on television. She's really been talking about it a lot, but there's this whole thing about whether or not trans people should be in locker rooms. So this is beyond a bathroom, right? Where
Yeah.
you have a stall. This is a locker room where there's a lot of nudity, right? You're getting in and out of the shower, you're changing clothes. And so it has become a big thing. I'm trying to see if I can find something about the man. She says, Tish, she had multiple interactions with transgender women in the women's locker room that made her feel unsafe and disrespected. The individuals she encountered were fully dressed but appeared masculine and were verbally aggressive. She alleges they called her the B word several times and made her feel
Mm.
threatened in what should have been a private space. This
Mm.
led her to a breaking point with this one individual that exploded into an argument. And
Mm.
so you can, do we have that video, Camille?
Yes.
Oh, let's play it,
Do you want to play it?
please.
Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know.
And using hormones this year in February. And I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change. And it says female on my ID and hormones. And I mean, I'm registered as a female with the gym.
Yeah. So if you see this trans woman without the makeup and everything, it seems they look like a man to me. So I could see why, if this person is standing in the locker room, and let's say you
Naked.
don't know,
Yeah.
that it could be a little off-putting. So the big debate is whether or not, girl, this has become a firestorm. And someone reported, I'm not reporting this, that this trans person, the name that she has now is the name of an ex that, from a relationship that ended very badly, and there may have been some criminal activity on that person's behalf. In fact, let me look that up, because I want to be. I'm gonna have to put this out if I'm not specific about it.
Yes, and it seems I'm looking it up here that apparently, reportedly, this person may have had some incidents of like violence against women.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what someone's reporting.
Right. And Tish Hyman is also saying that that she was verbally harassed by this trans woman.
And she's a lesbian, by the way. She's open about that. She's part of the LGBTQ community. I think that's important to point out.
Yeah. This is a tough one because I think that if I was well, first of all, I have, back when I used to be at Ms. Now, when it was called MSNBC.
I love the way you said Ms. Now.
Ms. Now. That's what it looks like. I mean, the MS doesn't stand for Microsoft anymore, so it's like it's Ms. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So back then, I used to go in the gym, and one of the things I used to absolutely hate in the locker room, because I maybe I'm just a weird, sort of shame-based Caribbean daughter of a Caribbean mother, but I would always change in like a private room, because I'm like, I'm not trying to change in front of people like that. I'm trying to get naked, because I don't need people to see me naked and to see me in the hallway later. But then I would come out of my little private dressing room, and there would be women walking around. I'm talking about women walking around with their boobies dangling, swinging in the breeze, and it's not even like perky boobies, just boobies drooping to their knees. They're kicking their boobies down the street, and then want to walk up and have a conversation with you. And I'm like, don't walk up to me with no clothes on and talk to me. I don't want to talk to you, because now I'm gonna see you later in the hallway, and I'm like, ew, I done seen your whole naked ass body. I don't need to see your little flat ass. I don't need to see your boobies. I don't need to see your coochie.
Ass gotta be flat.
But it was always, I'm like, I don't need to see your whole ass naked pale bodies. I don't want to see it. It's gross. So me personally,
I'm the same, by the way. I'm not walking around the gym naked. I privately,
and I don't care if you have a nice body. I don't want to see no naked people.
Same.
I don't want to go to a nudie beach. No. No.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
So if I was, I think my little thing is,
I don't even know how people sleep in the nude. I don't even.
Me neither.
I don't get
neither.
That. I don't get it.
You got to be naked in the shower, because that's how that's important.
Yeah.
You're naked if you're getting it on, getting your groove on.
Getting it on.
But other than that, like, why are you walking around standing up, walking on your feet naked?
I don't understand.
To me, I would be disturbed. I'm telling you, I would be alarmed. I'm alarmed enough when I see a woman with her dangling boobies. Yeah. If I saw a penis in the ladies' locker room, I would freak out too. This is just, I mean, this is nothing against trans anybody. What it's saying is, if I turn around and I see a pee-pee, a penis in front of me inside of the room, I would probably go to management and say, wait a minute, why is there a naked man in this room? Because just the world we live in, just from a safety standpoint, and just from a privacy standpoint, so I can see why she would have gone and reported to management. There's a man naked in the bed. Now, if they clarified and they said, well, trans, okay, but I think they should take her concerns also seriously. Because if she's uncomfortable, does she not have the right to be at least uncomfortable with the situation, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think they could have come up with a better solution. I understand that she was upset and very loud about it, and she's been outspoken about it. But to your point, I think she had every right to be upset. I don't want to be in a woman's locker room and see men genitalia.
No.
I don't want to see it. I don't
No.
think that any woman that does not who that bothers, and some people may be like, I don't care. Some women may be like, it doesn't bother.
They might
But for
not.
those of us who it bothers, I don't think that we should have to be subjected to that.
I don't want to see
And
women genitalia. I don't want to see
trans
no
men,
genitalia.
I don't want to
But
see any, but I especially don't want to see male genitalia
no,
in
no,
a woman's locker
no,
room.
no.
I just do not. And I
I
feel like there has to be a line drawn. I'm all for the trans community. If that's your life, I'm all for it. I have no problem. That's your life. That's your walk. I think trans people should have rights.
agree.
I'm glad that they're protected by, hate, protected by
Hate crimes
hate
laws,
laws,
everything.
hate
Yeah,
crime laws, and
yeah.
all of the things. But I feel like there should be separate locker rooms.
I
I
think,
feel like for trans people, I
yeah.
feel like, the thing that bothers me with it, and it's not, I think there's some trans women, most trans women are lovely. Not like I've
Mhm.
encountered them all, but I've been around some trans people and I think they're lovely. But there's this sect of trans women that I feel just want to just erase women. You know what I mean? They insist that that their life experience is the same lived experience as those of us who are actually born women. And so I have an issue with that. And I don't think that it's, transphobic to say that, but they're so quick to label you. Society is so quick to label you when you say something like that. Like, I have a problem with that. There's some things I don't agree with everything. I don't think that trans men or women should be playing in sports. I don't think somebody like a Bruce Jenner, if when he was in his heyday at the Olympics, should have been competing with women. I just
Right.
don't. I have an issue with that, but that's my right to have, and it doesn't make me transphobic to say that. So I feel like the gym situation and the locker room situation, you could just easily solve it by making a trans locker room.
Or
You know what I mean?
gender neutral, because give people the choice.
Sports league.
Yeah.
Let the trans people play against each other, right? I don't think that they should be in sports, and I don't think that they should be in locker rooms unless
Well,
you have had the full surgery.
well, I will say this on the sports side, just from my understanding of it, Bruce Jenner would not be able to declare himself trans and then compete with women, because there are hormonal balance requirements that say you have to have the equivalent of female hormonal balance. Like, you wouldn't be able, at your full male testosterone filled,
Right.
strength, compete. Just for instance, Serena Williams has played male tennis stars, right? And
Yeah.
as badass as Serena and Venus are, it would be very hard for them to beat a male player because they just are stronger, right? So
Right.
so that's why they don't compete with each other unless they
Right.
play mixed doubles. But if a male player, let's say, suddenly said, I'm now trans, and then or to revealed, I'm sorry, that they were trans, they wouldn't be able to play Serena. They would have to bring their hormone levels down to the so I think the transports thing is a slightly different thing, because these trans women are having to change their hormones to make themselves as close to female hormones. So it's not an apple. You know what I mean? So it's a slightly different thing. And also, there's
Because
so
I think
few of
there's a
them.
height
There's
and a
so
frame.
few of
I
them.
think that, like, even if a woman transitions to a man, it's not going to change the frame. It's not going to
Right.
change. You know what I mean? I get what you're
And
saying about
she
the
would have
hormone
a
level.
very hard time beating a
Right.
man at this trans man that was born a female. If now they could put all the testosterone where they have facial hair, where they have muscle
Right.
tone, it would still they'd have to get up to a lot. But I'm telling you, these trans women, they are bringing their hormones down so far that they are
Mhm.
no longer. They couldn't now beat a man. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's, I think people assume that somebody at their full male strength is playing women. They're not. They have to get to the point where they themselves could not beat another man, where they are. So now they're getting closer to apples with women. I know it's disturbing to people and it upsets people because you're like, a man is always
Yeah.
stronger than a woman, but they're not always strong. I mean, little girls and little boys, little girl could beat the shit out of a little boy. It almost, so there's
Yeah,
a
but you
certain
never
point
know
where
what you're up against
right
until you're in that
until you're
sport. Yes,
done. And that's
right.
a change. And I think this is one of those adjustments where people are going to have to really, in the modern world, as trans is more accepted, these things, the athletic leagues have to deal with this. They have to deal with it and they have to figure it out, because unless they figure it out, there's always going to be this discomfort and this anger. Even though there's very few trans people in the world, it doesn't matter. People are still upset about it. We are so far in political correctness still that it's made it so that, and I think one of the reasons that this issue became salient politically is that it's been made a taboo to even have the
Yes,
conversation,
exactly.
you know, and people are like, you can't even question this, otherwise you're J.K. Rowling's and you're a turf and you know, so it's like,
And
I think
MAGA turned it into something,
they made it very
like
valuable to
they made
themselves.
it right, because this woman, the Black woman, has been on Fox News. You know,
That's
I'm
who's
sure
going to
she's been
embrace
other
her.
places, but they
Right.
jumped on it, right? Because
Of
that's
course they
one of
did.
your talking points.
Because
Yeah,
this is their argument, but they find the rare cases. I have known, not known a lot of trans women, but I know a few. I don't know any who preoperative would strip down naked in front of a bunch of women in a locker room. So I think this
oh,
individual,
yeah,
had some other issues that might also have to do with a little white privilege situations, where this person felt like I
yeah,
could be in your
possibly.
face. This person probably had, because look, just because somebody's a minority don't mean they're not an asshole. And this
Right.
person could have just been an asshole who decided, F it, I'm just going to get stripping naked without people need to have decency and politeness and
Yeah,
think about whether people want to see you naked. Think about whether this is what people need in this moment and want. If you're in a locker room and you're preoperative, and you that is now your taste level and your level of care about your fellow human beings, that you
right.
think I have a right, because it's my right to get naked. I'm gonna get naked whether you feel like it or not. I just think that might be on you being an ass. I think this trans woman might have been just an asshole. And I think that the company, Gold's Gym, should have been more sensitive to how the woman in this situation felt. Because women are now, we have a right to have feelings about things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, I feel there were women, there were trans women in the comments saying that this trans woman in the Gold Gym situation was wrong.
Dead wrong. I think it
Right,
was too.
absolutely wrong. And so I think it's good to have these conversations, but in a
100%.
way where people who have concerns or may not be all well. I think anything that trans, men or women want is just good. I'm good with everything. I'm not good with everything. And I don't, and
Right.
I think that people who are not should be allowed to say that without
Yeah.
being accused of being transphobic.
And by the way, you know who opposes trans women playing in women's sports? Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is dead set against it. And so
Absolutely.
like you can and also she's an example of somebody who can be a minority and an asshole. So it's like, just because you are in a certain group, Winston Sears is a Caribbean American woman, and she's also an asshole. So I'm like, I don't have to support her because she's a Caribbean American. I don't have to support Candace Owens because that's a Black woman. Not every Black woman is my sister. So it's like, we have to be able to individualize people, at least to the extent where we can say this can be a poor decision by an asshole person who's a trans woman who just decided to get naked and didn't care how the women around her felt. And that is an asshole person. And I think that it is wrong for them to have done that. I agree with you. I think that is not right. But we can let the comments be free. Y'all say what you feel.
Let us know how you feel about it.
And again,
be kind and respectful.
And also, all y'all women who getting up naked in front. Look, I've been to if you go to there's certain Korean massage places, and women are just booty butt ass naked walking around. But that's like part of the thing. You're in the bath, they're doing the baths. You have to fit into that environment where you just have to get used to people being naked. And there's nothing you can do about that in that situation. But in a gym locker, I'm like, this is not a bathhouse.
No.
Why are you? And you have to be naked, fine. I guess that's what you want. Don't come up to me and try to have a conversation with me. Well, what makes you think I want to talk to you naked? I want to talk to you while you're naked.
I was in Cutthroat in the Loman's. Remember Loman's department store, girl? That big open room.
Listen, when you got to change,
girl.
I'm like, where's the private?
That would stress me out. It would stress me out.
And people used to make fun of me in high school because I wouldn't change in front of people. I wanted to go in my private space and change. I'm like, I
Right.
don't care. You can make fun of me if you want. People would mock me.
I'm
I'm like,
not
I
an
don't care.
exhibitionist. I'm
Nope,
not into
I'm
that.
not. I'm not
I
stripping
don't
out
want
in
to
front
do
of
that.
y'all.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No,
not.
y'all go
Nope.
ahead and do that. You can have it. You can take it. Get naked together. Good luck.
As we head into the holiday season, the blackout the system is coming. Now, this is the second wave of the economic blackout, urging participants, that would be all of us, you guys, to avoid work and shopping from November 25th through December 2nd. So that's right after Thanksgiving. I think it should be longer, but particularly this week. Look at that. No work, no spending, no restaurants, no projects, no events. So load up on all the things that you need, because this week we're not doing Black Friday. I mean, this year we're not doing Black
Mm-hmm.
Friday, but
Mm-hmm.
this week, I'm happy that this is happening, but we want to make sure, and let us know in the comments if you plan to participate. Even if you can't do all, like, everybody is not going to be able to just not go to work,
Right.
right? But there are ways that you can participate. They're telling you to slow work, like don't rush through the projects, be slow about things. But do what you got to do. Don't get fired
Right.
or
Don't get fired.
livelihood. But for those of us who can do this, it's good to participate.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I even had a member of the Congress say when this whole shutdown betrayal happened, that even this is a member who was saying, I think the only thing we have left, we're gonna have to do an economic boycott. We're gonna have to shut the economy down. And
That's
then when
it.
you have a member of Congress saying that, it's serious.
It's the only language that these billionaires and these MAGA leaders understand.
Yeah.
Is like, we're funding it
Yeah.
by supporting all of these Amazon and
Yeah.
the Home Depot and all the things. We're funding the Trump administration and
We are.
all Project 2025. So
And the ballroom, you're paying for the ballroom every time you to go
that
to
part.
Amazon, that he's paying for the ballroom. Comcast is paid for the ballroom. All these big companies, TikTok, all these people, they're all giving money to the Epstein ballroom. So just know you can patronize me if you want to, but you funding that ballroom.
Okay, this is a story that is going to be sensitive because the Beehive, girl, they be buzzing. But
Come first.
some folks are upset with Beyonce because she showed up at an event hosted by Jeff Bezos. And I
It
think
wasn't just her though.
no, it wasn't just her. There were others, but Kris Jenner was there.
Of course.
Who else was there?
That's Mama. That's Beyonce
Mama.
Mama.
And that's not Kim. That's actually Kris with her new plastic surgery, which a lot of people are
forever young. I want to be forever young.
so a lot of people in the Beehive are upset. Not only because she went, and they're not just upset with her, I should say. As you said, other celebrities were there, but it was the opulence, it was all the money that was spent for this party at a time when some people feel that it's a little tone deaf. But I was disappointed with Beyonce and Jay-Z when they had that charity thing. I don't know if they were hosting it, but they were sitting at a table with Ivanka
They
Trump.
weren't hosting it. They were invited to it. They were sitting with Jared Kushner.
Reason for them to change tables.
Yeah. They were with Jared Kushner and Ivanka sitting. And at the time I was defensive and saying, well, it wasn't their event. They were seated at the table. But now it's like, I feel like, what happens is money doesn't make you more moral. It makes you less moral, almost by default, because the circle of people you're around tend to also be rich people. And I think this is any of us who've made it into, quote unquote, made it, and you're now traveling in circles that are celebrities, are wealthy, and that becomes your circle. And now, and we are, you and I, have gotten to a certain level of TV fame and success. Beyonce is on a whole different level. And those people like your Oprahs, your Beyoncés, we're talking about billionaires. So these billionaires are now traveling among other billionaires. And so her circle of friends is other billionaires. And that does not increase the level of your morality generally, unless you're George Soros, who for whatever reason seems to just care about people for
Right.
most people, it decreases your level of morality. You know, I think for Jeff Bezos, it's destroyed his morality. You know, you think about the people who used to seem kind of okay, like, you know, Elon Musk used to seem to care about the earth and making electric
Mhm.
cars to make the world better. He's thrown that out the window. You know,
Yes, I
Jeff
was.
Zuckerberg used to lie and say that he cared about making a town square. I think that was always bullshit. I think it was always marketing. But it's like you see these billionaires, you know, like that Jeff Bezos was like, I just want everyone to be able to shop. Yeah, bullshit, dude. You want to be a trillionaire. You know,
Yeah.
all these people are, and so now that Jay and Bay are traveling in those circles, unfortunately, you know, if you're first of all, when you start hanging out with the Kardashians, your soul is sold because they are not about the people. They're about appropriating Black culture and selling it back to us.
Have you
They're
seen
about,
the new TV show starring Kim Kardashian as a lawyer with
I
Glenn
mean,
Close and Niecy
what?
Nash and Sarah Paulson and
Of
what's her
course,
name?
that's happening. No,
Like
I'm not.
top tier actors, actresses.
Mm,
I mean
of course
actors.
not.
Um,
Of course, that's happening. But see, that's what I'm
girl,
saying. No one
yeah.
has any fucking standards. It's
It
all
hasn't
just.
gotten great reviews, you'll be happy to know,
It
but
shouldn't.
it is very popular. People are watching it. There is
Of
actually a
course.
scene. I just have to say this because I know you hate the Kardashians so much. There's a scene as a lawyer where she's in a conference room or something, Kim, dressed up, you know, with all like at work, and she's got her at like low riding pants. They're slacks, but they're low riding with her thong up. Girl, we gonna drop this picture in, girl. You have to see this because people are like, what? Like, who would put that in? Have her
But that
dressed like that on a TV
That's
show.
what
With
happened though. I mean, I mean, she's, you know, now I guess a lawyer or whatever, thanks to Van Jones. I just think we're in this world where we are living in the new Gilded Age. This is the MAGA Gilded Age, and you are either really rich or you're just out of luck. And the risk for the super rich, even for, Beyonce's got a fandom that is never going to leave her. But I
no,
think people are starting to, Chris Matthews used to say politics is where you put the wedge in. If you put the wedge in between the middle class and the poor, so that the middle class identify with the wealthy, Republicans win. If you put
yeah,
that wedge between the rich and the middle class, so that middle class people identify with the poor, Democrats win. And I
yeah,
think we're at the point where that wedge has been jammed in between the billionaire class and everyone else. And everyone else is waking up to the fact that we're being used, we're being dog walked by these billionaires. And so being a billionaire is not good for your brand right now. And unfortunately, some of our favorite stars are now billionaires.
yeah, yeah. Well, here's some other people that were at the Bezos party, but Beyonce and Jay-Z, we said your girl Kim Kardashian was there, Oprah Winfrey,
Of
Meghan
course.
Markle was there. And there's some others, but yeah, Bruno Mars performed. It was star-studded, and it was a James Bond theme. 300 guests. So I know.
While Jeff Bezos destroys small retail businesses and the Washington Post.
Yep.
And scene. This is how America ends, is that it
Yeah.
is an oligarchy wrapped in false Christianity and dipped in pure MAGA evil.
This is why we have to watch our spending. I have been having not our spending, but where we spend, where
Yes.
we put our money. That's why I love this whole blackout that's happening. I have so many friends that I have been going back and forth with, not too much because I'm protecting my peace these days, but just trying to let them know that this is happening. And girl, these people,
And this is just one, by the way.
Amazon or anything.
And our friend Latasha Brown and Cliff Albright from Black Voters Matter Fund, they have a separate blackout plan that is going to be pulled together. So just be on the lookout for that, because that's a separate one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. I
love them. Yes.
Never met her, but I love her.
I can't believe you never met her. That's crazy.
I can't either. I'm like such a fan. I know y'all are good friends, but I have never had the opportunity to meet her.
We'll fix that soon.
I know. please, please, please. And we want to give a shout out to our girl. This is a quick one. Salt, who's a guest here on Read This, Read That. We love Pep too.
We do.
They were inducted along with Spinderella into the Rock and Roll
Yes.
Hall of Fame over the weekend.
Woo!
I know. So congratulations. They talked openly about still not having control of their masters. I don't know if they're talking about some
Crazy.
or all. I can't believe that's still an
Crazy.
issue. But they
Crazy.
performed. They look incredible. It was so great. Outkast also.
I was
inducted
just gonna say yes.
into the Rock and Roll
Me
Hall of
and
Fame as
you,
well.
your mama and your cousin too, rolling down the strip on balls, coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Come on, Outkast.
I love Outkast.
Love.
From the A, gotta love it. And
Oh.
we want to mention also that A Different World is coming back. There's a sequel. I think it's based on, look at that.
Oh my
And the
God.
girl with the Afro puffs,
Yes.
that is, oh gosh, why am I for Tashina Arnold's daughter?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you guys, this young lady is so talented. Oh my God. So Debbie Allen is on board, as you can see there, as an executive producer and
Wow.
director. Gina Blythewood, love basketball. So these are some of the people behind it, but this is the cast.
Wow.
Very nice looking cast. I'm really
Very.
excited about this. So it's coming.
Where's
It's
that airing? Where is that going to be?
where it's gonna air. I want to say
Netflix.
it's on Netflix. Okay,
I
Camille
love
said
it.
Netflix. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
We'll be
So thank
watching.
God it's not on Hulu.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Okay, let me put this dog down. So, girl, that's it. Those are our
That's it.
stories for today. Because
That's
you
it.
got to you got to pick up your dog.
I do.
And
I got to
you
go pick
gotta
up my
wash your
child from
face.
daycare.
I know, right? You got to wash your face.
I got to wash my face. I do. I have hair and makeup tomorrow, so I have to wash my face because my makeup artist will get very angry.
I'm not getting into it. Do what you want to do with that face, but you are blessed with some good genes, girl. I'm just here to tell you. Stop. Girl, the dogs, they're like right on cue. They're like, let's go.
They're like, let's go outside. They were like, we got to be outside. Let's go.
Let's be outside. It's cold here in Georgia. We had
Here
30s.
too.
It was in the 20s the other
Cold.
morning.
It's cold.
It's chilly. It's chilly. Well,
Winter is
that's
here.
it for this episode of Read This, Read That. You guys, please subscribe and like and
Yes.
comment and support our little independent show. We love you
Please.
guys. We love our
Please.
family. Be part of the Cousin Nation. Join us.
Please join us. Join us.
The
Join
doors,
us.
the doors of the family are open.
Yes.
All you
Please
gotta
come on
do is
in.
subscribe. Come on in. Come on.
Subscribe. Don't be a lurker. Make sure that you hit subscribe, hit like, hit that smash that like button, please. In order to spread the love and the Cousin
Yes.
Nation around. Please also support our wonderful. I got to point this way, Camille. I don't know which way. Jackie Reed, our wonderful, incredible cousin. Vegansexycool.com. I was actually on there today because I was tooling around, taking a little peek-see, and there's so much great content. It's a beautiful website, by the way. Kudos to you. It's gorgeous, and it is just so wonderful and informative. It makes you feel invited and warm. And she literally gives you all of the easy steps of telling her own story of veganism, people telling their stories of veganism. If you really are interested, or if you just want to learn and find great recipes and just get involved in better health, vegansexycool.com, but also the Jackie Reed experience. We want you to support that as well because Jackie is telling her story. She has so many amazing stories that are going to go in the book. Put that in the comments, y'all. Don't let her forget. But we are just going to support all things Jackie Reed, support her on her social media, support her everywhere because we love our Jackie.
Yes.
Our source is a cousin friend.
Yes. Also, Bernie is very excited.
Bernie loves me.
He wants all of you all to be sure to go to joyannereed.com so you can follow all the things that this lady is doing. Many things. Rumor has that she's working on another book. We'll have details on that later. But you want to support her Substack, The Joy Reid Show, over on YouTube. We want to get her to 1 million subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. We can do it. Got a month and a half left. Tell your friends as you're gathering with family, not buying any gifts for anybody unless you make it or shop at a small business or Black-owned business. But as you're gathering with family, make sure you encourage them to subscribe. It's free. Subscribe.
Why not? Do it.
Let's get to 1 million by the end of the year. And also go to her Substack. She's everywhere, but if you just go to joyannreed.com, you will find all the things. Right, Bernie?
So simple. We got all the links on joyandreed.com. You can find them there. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We will see you guys on the next show. We have so much exciting stuff coming up this season, y'all. We going into this little fourth quarter steaming and smoking. We're not even going to tell you what it is, but let me just tell you, we got some exciting things coming up for our Cousin Nation. You're going to love it. Leave it at that.
You are. That's a good tease. That's a good tease. And we will end on that note, and we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.